going on, everybody? Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Apocaflix Now, the movie hangout show from Apocaflix Movies. I am not Jacob. Okay. I am better looking. My name is Gio, and I'm joined today by Brian Avellino and Jake Berlin. How you guys doing?
Doing good. A little cold.
It's my last week of work before I get a week off. I'm excited.
Oh, look at you. Same with me.
Do you have any
first time in a long time that I took this much time off from work, so I'm excited.
Yeah, man, it's always the week of Christmas. I tell you, it can be a little hectic, but it's just a whole week of just good vibes. Because you're either off work or you're going to be off work. You're going to see family, friends, and just tis the season. Yeah, so that leads into the main topic of what we're going to do today later on. It's movies that are Christmas movies that are bad, but we love them anyway. That'll be the main topic. Obviously, we'll go through our movie watching challenge that you guys know about, and we'll start off there. So this week, Brian, or last week, I guess, Brian was challenged to watch Air Force One, classic action movie from Harrison Ford. Brian, good thing you remembered because there was a chance you almost forgot, right? This past week.
Not me.
Well, you were
someone almost forgot to tell me because the poll never closed. So luckily it wasn't too close enough for me to figure out what to watch. But yeah, he is turbo.
Kylie, I will just say you've never seen us in the same room.
Yeah. Because were you even born when this movie came out?
Of course I was.
Okay, just throwing it out there. So yeah, Air Force One.
Yeah, what'd you think?
I liked it. It was.
You better fucking liked it.
Yeah, it was good.
That's good. You liked it. That's a positive.
Yeah. Whose pick was it again?
Keith's.
The classic "Get off my plane" line. All its cheesiness, but still very good. It kind of like almost made me like want another one type, like not like
another plane hijacking movie.
Yeah, something like this, but it was just so good with Harrison Ford. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good time. I knew the second I saw Gary Oldman, I was like, he's the bad guy. And so like I just knew that right away.
He makes a good bad guy, huh?
He does make a good bad guy, and the way he goes out is rough. Freaking rough. But yeah, it was good. It was enjoyable. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
So, good on you,
Brian. You said that it makes you want another one. Didn't we get? And I haven't seen it yet, but Angel Has Fallen. Isn't that about like?
So Angel Has Fallen is the name for the president. It's not about an actual plane itself. And so Angel Has Fallen means the president has fallen. But there has been a movie similar, and it's called Nonstop with Liam Neeson. I don't know if you guys have seen that one.
Yeah.
That came out a few years ago. He was an air marshal or maybe just a bystander. I mean, Liam Neeson's always a bystander in these situations. But they've done a lot of plane stuff like this recently. They've done a lot of train stuff like this recently too. They've tried to recreate it in the sense of trains. But it's never really captured the magic the Air Force One is. I think Air Force One's incredible. I think it's so good. The action is awesome. Harrison Ford is awesome. I mean,
no, see, there you go, Keith. See, Keith knew I would like it.
Hey, Keith.
Oh my God. When the plane crashes is maybe the worst graphic thing I've ever seen. I was like, did they not finish this? Like, it was horrible. But like, I mean, it's not gonna sway me on anything. I was just watching it and went, holy crap. Like, they literally took this from the computer and just threw it in. But
25 years old, right? Movie is 25, 26
it's
years
the
old.
whole movie.
1997, so about 23.
23.
Yeah. So, but yeah, good movie. Good movie.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. You know, it's more hit or miss with Brian, which is not a bad thing. You know, we all have our preferences. You know, I'm still
Very
upset
hit and
about
miss.
you not liking Snatch, but you know that's your opinion.
Yeah.
But that's good. So
It was
good job.
by the way, it was an overwhelming victory on the poll. We didn't add that. It was above a 40% victory on the poll. So
Wow.
I was kind of pulling for Clueless, but I'm happy with my choice.
Clueless. Just kidding.
I'm sure you'll get Clueless sometime.
Yeah, you're gonna have to watch Clueless before you die one day, dude. Like, come on.
There's so many movies, like so many movies.
Yeah. So all right, we're gonna get on to part 2 of the movie watching challenge. And so, Brian, who did you challenge this week?
Oh, sorry, John. I feel like it's been a while since this guy's been challenged. Although I don't know why I keep picking him because
I just did Wall-E. Like, you just challenged me to Wall-E like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Why you?
It's been a month.
Challenge. Switch it up.
Well,
Gio challenge, but you get challenged all the time.
Hey,
that's true. I like that. Like this streak has been like me, someone else, me.
Rachel corrected me. There you go.
Yeah, I knew it was getting.
It must have adjusted over the last couple days, like over the weekend too. So good to know.
Probably. Yeah, no, I like this trend that it's going. Someone else gets it, then it's me. Someone else has been getting it, then it's me. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Because you have quadruple the movies to watch than we do.
It's so easy.
Like you should be like part of the package. Like if somebody is challenged, you're challenged as well. You know, and it becomes a dual watch challenge
at this rate.
So yeah, Jake was challenged by Brian, and we have selected movies for Jake to not pick, but he's gonna watch one of these movies, and we got some good choices there. I can't remember off the top of, I know my movie.
Brian's got him.
Go ahead,
yeah,
Brian.
I've got him. Mr. Berlin, are you picking a number or are you letting people vote?
I'm going to be picking a number this week because I want a little bit more time. I want a little bit more time to watch it, but I also I did a poll last time, so I'm going to shake it up a little bit.
Okay. So the 4 movies that Jake has been challenged to are 25th Hour, A Beautiful Mind, Unleashed, and Vertigo. All right, Jake, I have a randomly picked order.
I'm just going to say this off the top. 24th Hour is Keith's, A Beautiful Mind is Brian, Unleashed is Gio, and Vertigo is Jacob. Don't have to reveal it. I'm just saying that's what I think they are. I will go with number 4. Don't ever veer away from it. Number 4.
All right, so number 4 is Unleashed.
Yes.
Gio's.
Which was a Gio pick.
Yep. Figured.
Unleashed.
He's got me twice in the last couple months. He's got me. I watched The 13th Warrior, and now I'm watching Unleashed. Gio's got me on this whole kick of ass kicking movies.
Well, look at this. Chuck is happy you picked it. Kylie's happy you picked it.
You love this, Jake. Jet Li is badass. He's awesome. Bob Hoskins is in a role that you kind of, well, for me, I kind of don't really see him in a lot. Rest in peace. Morgan Freeman. It's a kick-ass movie, man. And it's just a reminder of how great Jet Li was at that time. Like action, box office superstar. So Unleashed, man. Enjoy it. I hope you're excited.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm always interested in these kind of movies and excited for them. I'm interested to see how, because I don't know a single thing about it. I've heard of the movie, but I don't know what the storyline is. I don't know what any of it is. And so it's all fresh and new to me. And so I'm interested to see how Morgan Freeman fits into it, and see Jet Li kick some butt is always cool because I love the Raid movies and all the movies that come out these days like that type of stuff.
Oh, he's in the Raid?
No. I'm just saying like those type of movies. And so Jet Li was kind of an originator in our time period, our lifespan. You know, obviously Bruce Lee was kind of the beginning of it back then, but Jet Li came along and he's really like revolutionized what it means to be a movie star in this capacity. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's a great movie, man. So much fun. I can't wait for your review and get your opinion on it. So before we continue to the main topic, bad Christmas movies that we love, I want to plug something first, and that is our monthly watch along. So this Thursday we will be doing our watch along, and the movie that was selected is Galaxy Quest. Now a little bit of an adjustment on that graphic right there. You see it says 7 p.m., 10 p.m. Eastern time. We may actually start early. The time is to be determined, but maybe around 6 p.m. Should be a fun watch along, a classic movie. It's timeless. Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, a great ensemble cast. I hope Brian, Jake, you guys are excited for this one because it's a real treat, especially if you haven't seen it in a while.
I love this movie, and it was just on TV like a few weeks ago, and I caught the tail end of it, like maybe like the last 20 minutes or so. I will never get enough of watching this movie. I think it's so underrated, and yes, not the best Star Trek film. It's one of the best, not the best, but it's one of the best. It definitely is a Star Trek movie. Tim Allen's great, Sigourney Weaver's great, Alan Rickman is incredible. The cast is bonkers good in this. You get a young Jake Long in the movie as well. So yeah, I'm excited, and it's on HBO Max for those of you that want to prepare. It is on HBO Max. Might be a good time to get HBO Max if you don't have it, because a lot of movies are coming out on HBO Max very soon. This is a good thing to kind of segue into that. Join us for our watch along, and then get HBO Max for Wonder Woman and all those movies coming out next year. But yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, that's right. Wonder Woman's only 10 days away, huh?
Next week, I cannot wait. Obviously, but
Kyle, you're wrong.
Are we seeing it in theaters, or am I watching it that day?
Hey,
unfortunately, at this moment in time, California theaters are closed.
Darn it!
Yeah,
time to buy a projector.
Justin Long, sorry, Brian. Thank you for correcting me. Justin Long. I don't know why. Did I say Jake Long? I don't know where I got Jake Long from. Justin Long. Thank you.
Jake from State Farm. Hey, Kylie, come on.
I think Jake Long's a football player now.
Kylie, better than Mad Max for it. Come on.
I will say this, Chuck. This is an incredible double feature. We might have to do this one day. I would that is Chuck. Good on you. And yes, Rachel, we know you're watching it in theaters.
I was just in Arizona and I barely escaped. Okay. It'll be some time. All right, guys, let's move on to the main topic: bad Christmas movies that we love. Who's to say what movies are bad? Well, I'm going off of Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know about you guys, but I recorded the Tomato Meter score for some of my movies, and should be fun. Jake, how do you want to do this? This was your idea.
Yeah, I think what we're going to do is just, if you don't feel comfortable ranking them because they're all bad and, you love them, that's fine. I don't particularly have like a whole ranking system to mine. And so we're just going to talk about them. We're going to bring up 5, and then we'll bring up a couple others at the very end, some honorable mentions I'm going to bring up. So we'll just run through 5 each. If we don't have 5, that's okay. But yeah, and everyone in the chat watching, make sure you guys are throwing some out as we go as well, kind of one at a time. That way we can throw them up there. We'll kind of start off in like a number 5 fashion and kind of go one at a time. But yeah, let's have some fun with this, because there's a lot of good, bad holiday movies that are absolutely obliterated by most people and critics, but that we love. So,
okay. So who wants to go for? You know what? I'll go first. Why not? Let's make this easy, okay, and just have fun with it. So, no particular order. I will just go with number 5 on the list. And for me, it's a childhood classic that I watched so many times when it was on TV. It stars Jonathan Taylor and a very young Jessica Biel. It's I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Yep, it's on Disney Plus. I just saw it on Disney Plus.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to revisit that, man.
It's on Disney Plus.
I can't remember the last time I watched it. I think it was, I don't know, before the iPhone. All right, like around PlayStation 2 generational console for that time. But yeah, I'll be home for Christmas. Basically, Jonathan Taylor is in school, and his dad challenges him to be home for Christmas for once, and promises to give him a car. And it turns into just this road trip adventure. Whole lot of fun. Jessica Biel in the movie. Who plays the dad? I can't remember his name, but he was in Pineapple Express. He played the drug dealer. But anyways, he's in the movie, and it's just a fun Christmas spirited adventure. Did you guys watch this movie growing up at all, or?
I did. Gary Cole was the dad, by the way.
Gary Cole. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember watching this movie. I haven't seen it in a very, very long time. It has a very popular cast from that time period, that era. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor Thomas was like the guy. He was the guy back then.
Oh yeah, teen heartthrob.
Yeah, coming off of Home Improvement with Tim Allen and doing a lot of movies. He was definitely the young buck that was kicking strong back then. And yeah, I haven't seen it in a very long time. But if you've never seen it, I definitely recommend it because it got blasted by critics, but a lot of people do enjoy it. And like I said, it just got put on Disney Plus too.
23% on Rotten Tomatoes, but who cares? Okay, this movie's not trying to win Oscars. All right, it's just a feel-good movie and one of my childhood favorites. I think the line was "Desert Buzzard Tumbleweed" or something. I don't know. I can't remember, but it was it's a fun movie. So that's my number 5. Who wants to go next?
I'll go ahead and go next.
I just realized my number 5 is not below 50%, so
that's okay. I mean, rotten's rotten. If it's a little above 50%, it's okay.
It's actually almost at 80%. So,
hey, I might think it's a bad movie. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So I have one that I actually just remembered off the top of my head because of the whole Disney time, and I'm gonna bring up a Disney Channel original movie. 'Twas the Night. I don't know if anybody has ever seen 'Twas the Night. But it actually stars Bryan Cranston, and he plays essentially a criminal uncle to a couple of kids, and he comes to watch them for the weekend while their parents leave, or maybe the night. It might be just for the night. I haven't seen it in a while, but they get swindled into his criminal activities. These kids, and they have to essentially rescue him. And again, we know what Bryan Cranston is now. Bryan Cranston is, this very coveted, beloved actor in the movie business, plays very big roles. He's very popular, but he starred in this Disney Channel original movie, and I definitely recommend checking it out because it's a very fun, lighthearted movie. You get an appearance from a big actor these days in Disney time. And again, I grew up in the era of Disney Channel original movies. And so, and none of them were ever critically acclaimed or anything of that nature. So I had to bring one on there.
I don't think any of these movies are critically acclaimed.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But hey, we love him anyway. I haven't seen that, Jake. Is it on Disney Plus?
'Twas the Night. It is on Disney Plus.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
this
sounds interesting.
It sounded familiar, but I don't think I've seen.
Oh, and I do want to say to Rachel, I saw your tweet about Hallmark movies. All Hallmark movies will be on this list. Every single one of them.
Yeah,
none of them are probably going to be. Yeah, none of them are probably going to be said by us, but they all have a spot on this list.
They all have a spot without us mentioning. They just don't need to be mentioned.
Well, they're all the same movie, aren't they?
Exactly.
If she goes home and falls in love, something goes wrong, but still falls in love. I don't know. Anyways, Brian, go ahead. What you got, man?
So, like I said, my list number 5 was not apparently. I thought it was hated on. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. I thought it was hated on a lot more. I just threw it on there so we can just talk about it in general. I had Bad Santa at my bottom.
You didn't realize that was loved? People loved it.
I knew people liked it, but I thought it was a cult love. I didn't realize it was actually.
Yeah, that's fair.
actually like really like.
So
good.
I've never met someone who doesn't like it. Fun fact: I don't like Bad Santa. I don't think it's as funny as everybody thinks it is. But everyone I talk to is like, oh my god, Bad Santa's hilarious. Oh my god, Bad Santa's hilarious. So I've never really understood those people.
Bernie Mac is incredible in that movie.
He's good in
Oh
everything.
yeah. But yeah, it has 79% on Rotten Tomatoes, which
That's good for comedy. Good for an R-rated comedy too.
Yeah. So, I mean, is it like my favorite? No. Is it on this list because I didn't really have anything else? Yes. But technically it shouldn't even be on this list. But yeah, so that was mine. Bad Santa. Even though it's
fair. That's fair.
Not.
It's definitely a classic for sure.
It's always on Comedy Central in December. Every year.
Yeah, of course. All right. My number 4, again, no particular order, but I'm going to go with Four Christmases. Vince Vaughn.
That's on my list too.
Oh, do you want to wait until you, or do you just
No,
want to talk about it?
we'll talk about it. I'll just skip over it on mine and we can talk about it right now.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you're going in order, but yeah, Vince Vaughn, Reese Witherspoon. Look, I'll be honest. Quite a bit of the jokes in the movie don't really land for me. This is one of those Vince Vaughn, like, oh god, like, I know you're a great actor, man. What are you doing? And same for Reese Witherspoon. They weren't given the best content with this movie, but my god, is Jon Favreau funny in this movie? He is hilarious. Him and his wife. Just like, I was rewatching the movie. I was in Arizona when I was sick and just bedridden. This movie was on TV, and man, as he's like a UFC tough guy or something with a mohawk, and it's one of his best roles. And honestly, like, his limited part just makes the whole movie worth it, honestly. But yeah, Four Christmases, not a good movie, but it definitely has some good laughs that really hit you.
Brian, have you ever seen this movie?
I'm not sure.
This movie, to Gio's point, is so good so bad it's good.
Yeah.
So bad.
What's the name of it again?
Four Christmases.
Mm-hmm.
They're a single couple, or not a single couple. They're a married, childrenless couple that their vacation gets canceled due to weather, and so they go away for Christmas every year. They don't go visit their families or anything, so now they're forced to go see all their families, and both of their parents are divorced, so they see 4 families.
Oh,
and John Voight plays Reese Witherspoon's father. And then
what's his name?
Robert Duvall.
Plays
Vince Vaughn's dad, with Jon Favreau playing a brother and Tim McGraw playing a brother.
Yeah, I definitely haven't seen
and they are named after the city that they were conceived in. So Denver and Dallas. And then for Vince Vaughn's mom, his childhood best friend is married to his mom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh god.
It is so bad it's good. And it's honestly, look, and what Gio said about Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon being like they're good actors, but they hit this time in their career where they were doing these kind of movies. Vince Vaughn ran out of the magic of doing the dodgeballs and the old schools and that type of stuff, and he was doing this stuff. Reese Witherspoon ran away from doing the dramas and the Legally Blondes of the world and did this stuff. But it's a bad, underrated movie that is very enjoyable in times. It's wild. It's rambunctious. It brings a lot of craziness. But ultimately, at its heart, ultimately at its core, it has a really good story and a really good point to the movie. It just wasn't done very well.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've seen this.
I'd watch it.
Doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah, you'd have to watch it. It's worth a watch. Again, like the moments that are good are good. So
yeah, the scene where him and his best friend meet back up and he's banging his mama stuff is hilarious. Jesus. Hilarious.
Don't talk to me. Don't say
it's so good.
Four Christmases, 25% on Rotten Tomatoes, which, yeah, about 25% of the jokes hit. And again, they're good. So, yeah, who wants to go next?
I'll shoot it off. I know Chuck in the comments said, the Star Wars Holiday Special, duh. But the thing here is that it's not a good bad movie. It's a bad movie. So, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm not going to bring that up. Next one for me is a childhood classic for me, and I adore this movie. I grew up in the time of it. This franchise grew up with me, and that's Home Alone 3. Home Alone 3. I thoroughly enjoy this movie. I can still picture things of it to this day, and I haven't seen it in a while. But I really like the direction they were going. Bringing a new actor, new tricks up his sleeves, a little bit of a more smarter of a kid with some stuff that happens in this movie. You get Adrian Brody in the movie, which is crazy. A lot of actors in this franchise, or I believe it's Adrian Brody. I believe he's in this movie. I gotta look that up now that I said that. I want to make sure.
Caught me off guard for a second.
I want to make sure that's Adrian Brody. Let me see. Scarlett Johansson. Sorry, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
you have Alexander Krupa.
She's in.
Scarjo plays the older sister. She plays the older sister.
Wow.
And then, I'm wrong about Adrian Brody. Adrian Brody's on this movie. It might have been someone else that looked like him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the movie to me is very enjoyable. Kevin Kilner's in there, which you see a lot of him in this time period as well. But yeah, it's just a fun movie, and I get it. It's not the original Home Alone. It's not Home Alone 2. It's not the original Kid, but it's still fun for kids who watch it. And it's in that time period of your life where you're kind of just looking for these type of movies. And, if you like remote control cars, which is a big part of this movie, you enjoy the movie because of that aspect. So I got to throw Home Alone 3 on there, even though it got blasted by everybody.
No, it's for sure it's a respectable installment in the franchise. And I say that only having seen 3. I didn't bother to watch 4. Or I think there's a 5th one, right?
I'd have no idea. Yeah,
I stopped at 2.
Yeah, I remember when this came out in theaters. I was a young kid. I wanted to watch it so badly, but waited until VHS. And not gonna lie, I had a blast with it as a kid. I don't know if it holds up today. I haven't seen it.
Oh my God, there's so many of them. There's 5 of them.
There's 5.
Oh my God,
there's 5 of them.
Aren't they doing a reboot or something on Disney Plus? Like
they're
Ryan
doing
Reynolds
a TV.
is doing it.
Yeah, they're doing a TV series.
But it's not like
it's different. It's a little different. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
So
they're not like the same.
For like a week, or like
it's like Home Alone for adults somehow. I don't know. Don't ask me.
So Home Alone 4, Taking Back the House, and Home Alone 5, The Holiday Heist are the names of those.
Don't ask me. I haven't seen past 2.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It was okay. It was good.
So my number 4, I'm trying to think. It's like I want to do my number 1 now to make sure I get to say it.
I'm not going to say it because I think I know.
He might. You already know what it is.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna go with Christmas with the Cranks. I'll go with that.
Have you seen the Rotten Tomato score on this?
No, what is it?
Look up the Rotten Tomato score in this movie.
Okay, give me a second.
I had no idea. No idea.
Well, what is it? Now I'm curious.
5%?
5%. I had no clue when I looked this up earlier.
Holy crap.
It got destroyed.
Holy
Wasn't that,
moly.
Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
5?
And
the hot chick has a better score than that.
Goes to show you gotta take Rotten Tomatoes for what it is. And
there's some other people in this movie that I'm forgetting. Hold on. Julie Gonzalo, who is in Supergirl right now. Yeah, Dan Aykroyd, who's the one I'm thinking of. Emmett Walsh, who's a big actor. Cheech Marin. I mean, the movie's got talent. It's just terrible. Jake Busey.
Felicity Huffman's in it.
It's just bad, and it sucks because the cast is huge. And,
5%.
yeah, it's bad.
So this movie like gets watched every year by me via my mom. This is like one of her favorite. It might even be like her favorite Christmas movie, and she watches this every single year, and it's I don't know. I think it's like enjoyable by association, I guess. You know, like when you see a family member loving it, it makes you like it. And by no means is this like an amazing movie, but it is funny. Tim Allen's hilarious because he's just this grumpy old guy that wants to go on vacation, but his daughter screws everything up.
It's very similar to Four Christmases where they can't go on vacation.
Yeah. So it's so funny that
much better percentage.
It's funny though because it has like Rotten Tomatoes 5%, Voodoo, whatever people rate on that, is 4.4 out of 5. So it's like, yeah, but yeah, Christmas with the Cranks on my list.
Love it. We had to get below that in that single digit at some point. Brian did it.
I'm pretty sure Joanna Man has a higher score than that. Look, it does 10%. Jesus.
There you go.
Wow.
All right, my number 3. Look, we're getting to the point where because I don't watch too many bad Christmas movies, nor can I say honestly that I like many. But according to Google, this is a Christmas movie, so I just went with this one. So number 3 is Ghost of Girlfriend's Past.
I so much enjoy this movie, and I kind of like tell myself like you should not like this movie. You should not like this movie, but I do enjoy this movie so much.
Yeah,
it's so fun. I'm so glad you brought it up because I completely forgot about it, Gio. So thank you.
Yeah,
I have not.
I did. I mean, I wouldn't even consider it a Christmas movie, but it kind of does take place in that time.
Yeah, there's settings. It's in the snow. It's during the holiday season, you know.
And it's the title's a play on the Ghost of Christmas Past, or whatever.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So yeah, Matthew McConaughey, Jennifer Garner, a young Emma Stone, I believe.
Yep, she's the ghost of Girlfriend's Past.
Yeah.
Michael Douglas.
It's who?
Michael Douglas is the uncle.
Oh, he is. Yeah, that's right.
He's the sex machine in the movie.
Yes. Yes, he is.
There's a lot of people. Matthew McConaughey, Jennifer Gardner, Lacey Chabert, Michael Douglas, Emma Stone, Breckenmeyer.
Yep. So the movie's a lot of fun, and there's some ridiculous things in it, and I'll say this is one of them. There's a scene where it rains condoms.
Oh, very nice. Hopefully they're not
remember
used.
That.
Yep.
They're used?
Unopened. They're unopened.
Ew.
They're unopened. They're unopened, but yeah.
Gross.
Wow. I don't remember that. See, it's been a while since I've seen this movie, but I remember enjoying it at the time. It's Matthew McConaughey.
It was before the reconnaissance.
He had that. It was right before the reconnaissance. Yeah, he had those rom-com movies that he would always do. And it's, it's pretty much what the title says. He gets taken back to his his past and his love life at the time, and learns a very important lesson about settling down, finding the one. And I'm not going to spoil the movie. I mean, but it is worth a watch. I'll say that. But yeah, Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. I thought I was the only one. I guess I'm not. Thank you. That's good to know, Jake. So yeah, who's next?
I got it, and I got to bring up one that I have not seen in a very, very long time. And I actually I always thought it was like a well-beloved movie, and I think it is among the community, but it has a very bad Rotten Tomato score, and that's Jack Frost, the Michael Keaton film, where the story, it's in the trailer. He plays a father. He goes away on a business trip or something like that, and he dies. But he comes back in the form of his son's snowman in the front yard.
Oh my god, I have seen this one.
And so they get to have a little relationship together after his death, and kind of right some wrongs and spend some time with his son. And like I said, I love Jack Frost. I think it's a great movie. It actually came out a year after a killer snowman movie called Jack Frost, where Jack Frost was a serial killer. So thankfully that happened because they're righted the wrongs of that one. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. And again, I was 5 years old when it came out. And to me, these are the type of movies I would watch. So they hold a special place in my heart, even if they did get blown away by critics or people watching them. But yeah, Jack Frost, it's an enjoyable movie. If you love Michael Keaton, go check out Jack Frost. If you love a good, father-son relationship movie, go check out Jack Frost.
I believe the late Kelly Preston plays the mom, right?
You are correct.
Yep. Yeah, it was a fun movie, dude. I actually saw that movie quite a bit growing up, man. Yeah, just the snowman was awesome, cool. The snowball fight that him and his son had with the bullies, man. There's just very fun. Yep.
Where he's throwing the snowballs.
Yeah.
This movie always reminded me of. Do you guys remember the Campbell's soup commercial?
Yeah.
Where the snowman eats the soup and then he melts into the kid. Like they always kind of.
You're going way back, man. Wow.
Yeah, I'm that old. I just aged myself.
You're taking me way back. Wow.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't even think about it.
Let's pit stop real quick to read off Brian's. Brian's got some for us. So number 5's got Unaccompanied Minors. I was going to bring that one up later. I think that one's a lot of fun, very enjoyable. Number 4, Santa Claus 3. That one will probably definitely be talked about. Fred Claus. I was going to bring that up as well. I think that one's enjoyable too. Christmas of the Cranks, Jingle All the Way, which we'll talk about as well, number 1. So great list, Brian. That's awesome.
All right.
I think Brian, you're up next.
Sure. Yeah, I think from here on out, we're probably going to get into the territory of having our crossing over into other people's. Mine is the Santa Claus, obviously. So back-to-back Tim Allen.
Is that considered a bad movie? Really?
Is it? I don't know. Let me look.
I don't think so. Santa Claus 3, maybe.
Like the original one? I thought that one was.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, I screwed up again. Okay. So 72%.
Just put a 3 on the end of it, Brian. Just put a 3.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. 3. Sure. I haven't seen
I'll even 2.
Just some for sure.
Yeah. Clearly, these. I don't know if I almost feel like in my head, like you always assume that Christmas movies always rated as a bad movie. So I think I just associate
to that point. Everyone has a different perspective. If you think it's a bad movie but you still enjoy it, that's fine.
I wouldn't. I mean, outside of Toy Story, I can't think of Tim Allen banger movies that off the top of my head.
Galaxy banger movie.
Okay, Alex Galaxy Quest, yes, but so I kind of assumed. I don't know. Santa Claus.
Wait,
I mean,
so you're sticking with the first one, right?
Well, yeah, because I don't think I've seen past 1. I'm looking.
Okay, so
I don't think I've seen the second one.
So talk about the first one.
Maybe. First one, Tim Allen in all of his cheesiness. Oh, actually, no. Yeah, no, I haven't seen the second one. Yeah, Tim Allen, all of his cheesiness. Just get the mom's annoying boyfriend, Neil. Oh yeah, this movie is. Well, I guess it's why I like it because it's rated high. So, but yeah, no.
Wait, does this look like a little way to you?
Yeah. Oh God, that scene. That's a good one. And I think it's funny. Ironically, I think. Oh no, this one has 72. I was going to say both the movies I picked were 79%. But this is 72. But yeah, I know for a fact my other 2 are not above 50%. So move it along.
Hey, take Rotten Tomatoes with a grain of salt, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe non-critics think Santa Claus is a bad movie,
Maybe.
Who's to say, Brian? All right, my number two. This movie takes place during Christmas time, and it's one of my favorite R-rated comedies set in that time. Stars Dave Chappelle, Norm Macdonald, and Danny DeVito. It's called Screwed. I'm not sure
Hi,
if any
Chuck.
of you guys.
Later, Chuck.
Oh, see you, bud. Thanks for stopping by. Screwed. Has anybody seen Screwed?
Nope.
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay, I'm throwing that on the list for you guys. Norm Macdonald at the time, he appeared in Billy Madison as one of his best friends. But him and Dave Chappelle, it's a fun comedy. Norm Macdonald plays a butler to a rich woman, and he's sick of it, so he tries to kidnap her dog. Ends up accidentally kidnapping himself, and then it just turns into just a hilarious, stupid, but funny movie. Dave Chappelle.
Danny
prime
DeVito's
Dave
in it.
Chappelle. Say what?
Danny DeVito's in it too, apparently.
Danny DeVito plays a guy who works at a morgue who tries to help him out. Sarah Silverman too. She's in that movie as well. Wow, I can't believe you guys haven't seen that. So Screwed. Yeah, it's a fun movie. Check it out. It's worth it. I'm gonna put that on the movie watching list now that I know you guys haven't seen it. Screwed
Fair enough.
is hilarious.
I only have Brian. How many do you have left? Do you have two?
Yeah. And
Okay.
I have a feeling one of them, all three of us will probably have.
So I'm gonna say the one that I think all three of us have, and I hope it's
Sure.
not your number one because I think I know what your number one is.
The amount I've been talking about it lately, you should know which.
Okay,
one's mine.
so the one that I want to bring up is Jingle All the Way.
Yeah. Okay.
Jingle All the Way. Yeah, I think Jingle All the Way to me is the best bad Christmas movie in my opinion. I just think it's a really fun time. I think it's a different look into Arnold Schwarzenegger. Obviously, we get Jake Lloyd in there as the son. It's a very fun movie. Get some Sinbad in there as well, which is never a bad thing.
Rita Wilson.
I think it's. Yeah, and I think it's very enjoyable. We grew up in a time, for us anyway, where these type of movies came out and they hit us a little bit differently because we were a different age. And as you can tell, it's turbo time. I think it's just a really cool concept. If you're one of a son who didn't get the best action figure and your dad tried his hardest, it's going to hit you a little bit harder than most. So I definitely think that if you have never seen Jingle All the Way, don't listen to what people are saying about it. It's very fun. It's very silly. It kind of captures that holiday spirit a little bit because that's what it's supposed to be. And so I definitely recommend it. It plays to that father-son vibe very, very well. So Jingle All the Way for sure has to be on this list.
Well, I have to talk about that because that's my number one by far. Jingle All the Way. I love this movie. It's still funny to this day. The other week I was watching some clips on YouTube and just fucking Sinbad pulls out a package that's like homemade explosive device. It's just obvious that it's fake, but everyone takes it so seriously. And like I said, this Trouble Man doll, and the story of a father trying to find it, it's very relatable to today and how people are trying to, get these PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series X's, and so it's a movie that still holds up today as far as the story and concept of it. And yeah, to your point, Jake, Schwarzenegger, he can do comedy. He is so good, so underrated as far as a comedic actor goes. And Sinbad is Sinbad. Funniest mailman in any movie, I swear. But yeah, and then the end, how it ends. I mean, come on now, like they both face off as the characters. It's so far fetched, and yeah, young Jake Lloyd, man, dude, that guy.
Brian, I think it was on your list for best holiday movies, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. It was on. I think so. And it's number 2 on mine. Yeah. If I question you if you think that this movie is not at least funny.
Phil Hartman.
You know,
Sorry, Phil Hartman.
Oh, no, you're fine. This movie is just freaking hilarious. Like, it's just so ridiculous and so still relevant with the like Black Friday-ish type, finding the toy that you need and your kid has to have, and if you don't get it, they're gonna throw a fit. Like, it's just so funny, and Arnold Schwarzenegger is just it's just so ridiculous in this. But yeah, I adore this movie. This movie is so funny, so funny.
It taught me the reindeers. Like I said in a previous now recently, yeah, when he's jogging toward the radio station and he's reciting Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. I don't know. That's how many times I watched this movie, and I memorized all the reindeers. So if there's ever a trivia like on a Black Friday or something, and I got to name all the reindeers, I will thank Jingle All the Way.
Well, hell, if you needed to learn it, there you go.
I mean,
Jingle All the Way.
I just saw the movie so many times.
Do we all have one left?
Yes.
No, because
I took it.
I went first for my fourth, and then the fifth one was go.
So your Geo's done. You named them all.
Okay, Brian, why don't you go ahead then, Brian?
Mine, no shocker
Yeah,
if you've been listening to me lately, is Just Friends. This movie kills me. Oh yeah, Jingle All the Way is amazing. If you have not seen Just Friends, you are missing out on some early Ryan Reynolds hilarity with Anna Faris. I don't even know the other people's names,
Amy
but
Smart?
there's Amy Smart's in it.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever plays his younger brother is just this movie is so stupid but so funny. And if you're like me,
Chris Marquette is the younger brother.
Okay. If you're like me, where you just like stupid, funny movies, this is right up there. God, it is hilarious.
Ryan Reynolds in a fat suit, everybody. Reynolds in a fat suit.
And he's got his retainer, and
doesn't he lip sync all for one? I swear.
I'm pretty sure, yes.
I think so. And Anna Faris is like a pop star, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, and oh my God. Start, Drew. It's not. It's more than that. Okay.
He just summed up the movie.
But yeah, I freaking love this movie. So good, so funny. Give it a watch. Get back to me. Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a watch along of Just Friends one day.
Yeah, they don't.
What's up, Partis? We're about to finish, Partis. Thanks for joining us, man.
Hi, Partis.
I want to mention the two that I have on my list that I don't really need to get into. There's two that I have on my list. One is Fred Claus, we already mentioned, but the second one I just watched last week. It's called Deck the Halls. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it. It's Matthew Broderick and Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito moves to town and he gets obsessed with Christmas lights, and Matthew Broderick is his neighbor. It's a funny, stupid movie. In no way is it good, but it's a fun time if you're interested. It's got some very recognizable faces in there as well for the town people and wives you may recognize too. So Deck the Halls, and that's on Amazon Prime if you're interested. So
okay. Any last minute honorable mentions, rapid fire?
Jake, you named all yours?
I did. I guess the one that I can add that is rotten, but I think is still one of the best Christmas movies of the last 10 years. It's Office Christmas Party. It's rotten. It's considered rotten. Didn't get good reviews, but the movie is incredible. It's so funny. Jason Bateman at his best. Olivia Munn at her best. Jennifer Aniston is great. I know TJ Miller went through a rough patch, but TJ Miller's in it and he's funny. You have a lot of good actors in there that pop up, and there's some wild storylines. If you remember Project X from a number of years ago, it's very similar to Project X, but in a workplace. So why not go check it out? I definitely recommend it. It's a movie I watch every Christmas. So I would definitely say Office Christmas Party. And yes, Partis, I did mention Jack Frost. It is
Frost.
rotten. It is rotten. So I did mention Jack Frost. That's definitely one to throw up on
The
there.
J shot.
Yeah.
One that I'll mention that I don't know if I like it. I mean, every time it's on TV, like I end up watching it, but it's so bad. It's Surviving Christmas, or it's one of Ben Affleck's
It's
worst.
Ben Affleck, right? Yeah.
Yeah, where he pays James Gandolfini to pretend to be his family for his girlfriend or fiance or something. And it's just, Ben Affleck's so cringe. But every time the movie is on, it's just I end up watching it, and I don't know if that means I like it, but it's just, I don't know. It's pretty damn bad for sure.
Yeah, from what I understand, it got a really, really bad review on there. So, and I wanted to say to Fred Claus, because it didn't get mentioned very much, but Fred Claus, there is a ludicrous elf, everybody. Ludicrous
Jesus.
elf.
What?
That is all you need to know.
God.
Fred Claus.
All right. Well, those of you in the chat, you guys feel free to rapid fire some last thought movies in your head, last second movies you might think of, but that'll just about do it. Thank you so much for joining us on this Tuesday edition of Apocaflix Now. You guys can not only find us on YouTube, but we're also on podcast platforms, Spotify, Pocket Cast. What are some other ones? I haven't listened in a while.
Radio Public. We're on
Radio
iTunes.
iTunes.
Yeah, anywhere you can find a podcast, we get distributed there. So check us out audio-wise if you're interested. I want to say before we go, next Tuesday's show, everybody, it's our only show of the week because Christmas is at the end of the week. We're going to be doing our fantasy draft for December, and our fantasy draft is drafting movie and possibly TV characters for a holiday dinner party. We're going to have a rambunctious crew for a dinner party. So we're just going to have some fun with it. We're going to combine some weird characters and see who comes out with the best group of characters for a holiday dinner party. Maybe we'll even throw in a menu for everybody towards the end of the draft, but that'll be next Tuesday's show. We're not going to focus on any news or anything. We're going to get straight into the draft and have some fun with it. So stay tuned for that.
Unless something wild happens.
Unless something wild like Disney happens, which I doubt it will. But yes.
All right, and be sure to join us this Thursday for our Galaxy Quest watch along. The time is TBD, but we will have an update via Twitter and I'm sure on the YouTube community tab for you guys well in advance. So do come and join us on Thursday. It should be a lot of fun. It's a classic movie. But that'll just about do it. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Gio, and Brian Avlicino, the Grinch, and Mr. Jake Berlin, Mr. Turbo Man. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. A lot of fun. Stay safe. Be safe. Have a good night, and we'll catch y'all later this week.